Have you ever wondered how muscle growth really happens? Not just the scientific jargon, but a clear, practical understanding of what actually makes your muscles grow over time? If you've been training hard but not seeing the results you expected, this might be the missing piece. In today's video, we're breaking down the muscle growth process into simple, actionable steps. No hype, no gimmicks. Whether you're new to training or already experienced, understanding these key principles will help you train smarter and recover better. So let's get to it. Step 1. Create a stimulus. It all starts with your workout. To build muscle, you need to challenge your body with a specific type of stress that stimulates muscle protein synthesis, which is the process of building muscle. This primarily happens through resistance training, like weightlifting, where you use resistance to create tiny tears in your muscle fibers. These micro tears are the first step towards muscle growth. They send a signal to your body that it's time to repair and build muscle. Step 2. Eat enough protein. Your body needs enough protein to repair those micro tears and build new muscle. A good rule of thumb is to aim for 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight per day. It's around 34 grams of protein per person. Make sure you're getting enough protein throughout the day from sources like chicken, beef, fish, eggs, Greek yogurt, and beans. Step 3. Don't overdo it. While rest is essential, overtraining can hinder muscle growth. It's crucial to give your body enough time to recover between workouts. This allows your body to focus its energy on repairing muscle tissue rather than other functions. Step 4. Sleep well. During sleep, your body releases essential hormones that promote muscle growth and repair. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Maintaining a consistent sleep schedule can also help regulate your hormones and improve your overall recovery. Step 5. Manage stress. Chronic stress can elevate cortisol levels, which can interfere with muscle growth. Find healthy ways to manage stress such as exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Step 6. Be patient. Building muscle takes time and consistency. It's essential to stick to your workout routine and nutrition plan. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Stay committed, and you will eventually reach your goals. Muscle growth is a gradual process that requires patience and consistency. By following these steps and making them a part of your lifestyle, you'll set yourself up for success. Remember, it's not about quick fixes or shortcuts. It's about making sustainable changes that you can maintain over time. It's to start today and enjoy the journey towards a stronger, healthier you. Are you stuck and not making any progress? You're not alone. Most people plateau at some point in their fitness journey. That's because building muscle isn't just about lifting weights. It's a carefully timed process of stress, recovery, and adaptation. And the truth is, a lot of people get stuck because they either overtrain, under-recover, or simply don't understand how these pieces fit together. Many beginners and even seasoned lifters end up frustrated, feeling like they've hit a wall despite putting in the hard work. But here's the thing. Muscle doesn't grow during your workouts. It grows between them. Recovery isn't an afterthought. It's half the process. So how do you know when you're truly ready for your next training session? It all starts with understanding the science of recovery. When you lift weights, you create microscopic tears in your muscle fibers. That is actually a good thing because your body responds by repairing those tears and building new muscle tissue. That's where the gains come from. But this process takes time, and it's not just about getting enough protein or sleeping well, although both of those things help. There are 3 key indicators that you're ready to conquer your next workout. The first is energy. Are you still buzzing from the last one? If you're feeling fatigued, sore, or lacking motivation, it's a sign you need more rest. Listen to your body. Little fatigue is normal, but extreme tiredness means you should take a break. Remember, quality training starts with being well rested. Next, let's talk soreness. Delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMs, typically kicks in 24 to 72 hours after a workout and peaks around day 3, while a little soreness is normal. If it's severe, it could be a sign you've done too much too soon. Your muscles need time to adapt and get stronger, so back off if things are getting uncomfortable. Finally, let's check in on your sleep. Sleep is when most of the recovery magic happens. If you're not getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, it's time to catch up. You can use a sleep tracking app or wear a fitness tracker to see how much rest your body really needs. Now let's put it all together. Let's say you had a killer leg day on Monday. By Friday, you're feeling tired and sore, and your sleep has been off. It's a clear sign you need a break. Don't push it.
Ow.
Take the weekend to rest and recover. Then on Monday, you'll be ready to crush your next workout. Remember, progress isn't linear. There will be ups and downs, plateaus, and setbacks. The key is to listen to your body, be patient, and trust the process. Quality training and recovery go hand in hand. They're the perfect pair for reaching your fitness goals. So are you ready to level up? Take a moment to assess your energy, soreness, and sleep. Are you showing signs of needing a break? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, no matter where you are on your fitness journey, you've got this. We'll be rooting for you every step of the way. So drop a comment below with your fitness goals, and let's motivate each other to keep going. Because remember, progress isn't linear. There will be plateaus and setbacks, but as long as you keep moving forward, you're already ahead of the game. You can't build muscle without the two-step process of stimulus and recovery. But what happens if you do each of those things incorrectly? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the stimulus. At its most basic level, muscle growth is built on a simple two-step cycle: stimulus and recovery. First, you provide the stimulus, usually through resistance training, that signals to your body that it needs to adapt and get stronger. That only works when your training is challenging enough to push your limits.
Ow.
Otherwise, your body whoa and perceive it as a threat, and it whoa and trigger the anabolic signaling cascade that leads to muscle growth. That means that if you're not lifting heavy enough weights, you're not going to stimulate your muscles to grow. But you also don't want to overshoot that stimulus. If you lift way too heavy, you'll end up injuring yourself and hindering your progress. You need to find the sweet spot, a weight load that's challenging, but not so heavy that you can't perform a full range of motion for 8 to 12 reps with good form. Once you've found that weight load, the next part of the equation is recovery. After the workout, your body will repair the muscle tissue and prepare it to handle similar stress more efficiently next time. That's when real growth happens, not during the set, but in the hours, and often days that follow. If you skip the recovery part, or don't allow enough time between sessions, your muscles don't grow. They just stay inflamed and fatigued. On the flip side, if you wait too long between training sessions, the stimulus becomes inconsistent and your progress slows down dramatically. So how long should you wait between training sessions? It all depends on your goals and experience level. Beginners can make quicker progress by training each muscle group 2 to 3 times per week. More experienced lifters who are less likely to overtrain might benefit from training each muscle group once a week. The key is to find out what works best for you through trial and error. Pay attention to how you feel between workouts. If you're still sore from the last session, you might need more time before training that muscle group again. On the other hand, if you're feeling fresh and recovered, you can push yourself harder and train more frequently. There are also other factors to consider, like age, sleep, and stress levels. If you're older or have a lot of stress in your life, you might need more recovery time between workouts. Everyone's different, so it's important to listen to your body and adjust your training schedule accordingly. Take rest days when needed, get enough sleep, and manage your stress levels. All of these factors play a role in the recovery process. Remember, muscle growth doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires consistency and patience. Don't try to rush it by overtraining or using steroids. Instead, focus on proper form, gradual progression, and adequate recovery. That's the best way to ensure long-term success. If you want a simplified approach to building muscle, we have a free course available. One of the most common questions people have is, how often should I train each muscle group? The answer depends on how intense and how long your sessions are. A high-volume, heavy workout might require several days of rest before that muscle is ready to go again. A shorter, focused session might only need a day or two. So how do you know when you're ready to train again? 2 key indicators: your strength levels and muscle soreness. If you're still feeling weaker than usual, or if you're noticeably sore, your body is telling you it's still recovering. Training too soon not only reduces performance, but also limits your gains. On the other hand, waiting too long to train again, even when you feel fully recovered, can be a missed opportunity. Ideally, you want to hit that sweet spot, training again just after your body has adapted. While it's still primed for growth, this balance is what leads to steady, long-term progress. So let's take a closer look at each of these factors and how they impact your training. First, let's talk about strength. When you lift weights, your body adapts by building muscle strength. The more you challenge this strength, the greater the adaptation. But just like with any other physical skill, if you don't practice maintaining that strength, it will decline. That's why it's important to use an appropriate amount of rest between workouts. Not enough rest, and your body won't have time to recover and rebuild muscle, leading to a decrease in strength over time. Too much rest, and your strength levels will also decline as you lose the gains you previously made. The sweet spot is when you give your body enough time to recover from one workout while still challenging your muscles to maintain their strength. This allows you to progressively overload your muscles over time, which is the key to building muscle and strength. Muscle soreness, on the other hand, is a sign of muscle damage. When you push your muscles beyond their comfort zone, microscopic tears occur in the muscle fibers. Your body then repairs these tears, making the muscles stronger and more resilient. However, this repair process takes time, and if you train too soon, you'll be working with impaired muscle function, reducing the effectiveness of your workout. Moreover, training while sore can increase the risk of injury. On the other hand, waiting too long to train again means missing out on the benefits of working out and allowing your muscle to fully recover before training again. It's important to find the right balance. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all approach. What works for one person might not work for another. It all depends on your individual circumstances, such as your training intensity, experience level, and overall fitness. Pay attention to your body's response to training and adjust your workout routine accordingly. Are you still feeling tired from last week's workout? Maybe you're a little sore. Give yourself some extra rest and try again next week. Feeling strong and energized? Then go ahead and hit the gym. Finding this balance will help you make steady, long-term progress toward your fitness goals. There's a common misconception that if you train hard, you'll get great results. But in reality, it's not that simple. Let's take two lifters as an example. Lifter A trains chest once a week with a long, brutal session. They push themselves to failure and train to the point where their chest is sore for days. In contrast, Lifter B also trains chest 3 times a week, but their sessions are shorter and less intense. They focus on maintaining good form and don't train to failure. Despite the differences in their training approach, over time, both lifters might make similar progress. Because while one maximizes volume in a single session, the other spreads it out more frequently with faster recovery. This illustrates that training volume and intensity isn't everything. Recovery is just as crucial. Now, let's introduce Lifter C. They train just like Lifter A, but with one key difference. They ignore recovery. They're eager to build their chest, so they hit the gym again while still sore and fatigued from the previous session. As a result, their lifts suffer. They're unable to push as much weight as before, and their progress stalls. This demonstrates that even if you train hard, if you don't allow your body time to recover, your results will suffer. In contrast, Lifter D also trains hard, but they prioritize recovery. They track their strength levels and soreness and wait until their body is ready to train hard again, before jumping back into a heavy chest day. As a result, each session is productive. Their body is constantly building, not just repairing. And their gains reflect that. So remember, training hard is only half the battle. To get the results you want, you need to train smart too. That means being strategic about your training volume, intensity, and recovery. It also means being patient and trusting the process. Just like a bricklayer lays the foundation for a building, you must lay the groundwork for your results to last. Don't expect to see progress overnight, but stay consistent and eventually you'll reach your goals. So whether you're a seasoned athlete or just starting out, remember to learn from the mistakes of Lifter C and emulate the success of Lifter D. Train hard, but train smart too. Your body will thank you for it. You can't out-crunch a shit diet. We've all heard this saying, but why is it so true? Imagine someone training with perfect timing, doing great workouts, recovering consistently, but eating far below their caloric needs. They're hitting the gym hard, but their body doesn't have the raw materials to build new muscle. It's like trying to construct a building without enough bricks. No matter how hard they work, results will be minimal. Now take someone who does everything right with training and nutrition. They eat enough protein, enough calories, and get mostly clean, whole foods. Their body has what it needs to recover faster and grow stronger. Combine that with good sleep, and their results will multiply. It's not magic. It's just that every piece of the process is working together. Recovery isn't just about resting between workouts. It also means giving your body the fuel it needs to rebuild and grow. Sleep in particular is where most of your muscle repair and growth actually happen. Muscles are broken down when you exercise, and that process kicks off a hormonal cascade that promotes their repair and growth. This process is highly influenced by the quality and quantity of sleep you get. I've personally experienced the consequences of not getting enough sleep. There were times in my life when I was so caught up in work or training that I barely slept. Looking back, those were some of my worst decisions. A gym performance suffered, my appetite increased, and I gained a bunch of fat. On the flip side, there were times when I made sleep a priority. Those were the times when I saw the best results in the gym and in life. When we don't get enough sleep, our bodies produce more of the stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol slows down muscle growth and makes us feel anxious and moody. It also triggers our bodies to store more belly fat. On the other hand, during deep sleep, our bodies release growth hormone, which helps us build muscle and burn fat. So here's the deal. Don't sacrifice sleep for work or pleasure. Instead, use the extra time to get more sleep. If you're an early riser, aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. If you struggle with sleep, try these tips. Establish a consistent sleep schedule. Stick to it, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Avoid screens before bed and keep your room colder than you think you should. These tips will help you get better sleep, which will improve your performance and results in the gym. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. So if you miss a workout or eat something that doesn't fit your goals, don't beat yourself up. Just get back on track the next day. Remember, consistency is key, but it's not an excuse to be lazy. Push yourself, but also give your body the time it needs to recover. And above all, prioritize sleep. It's the ultimate recovery tool and the foundation of a better, stronger you. To sum it up, building muscle isn't just about intensity. It's about timing, recovery, and consistency. You need to train hard, yes, but you also need to recover fully, eat right, and sleep well. When all of these elements line up, your progress becomes steady and sustainable. Don't fall into the trap of thinking more is always better. Training while you're still sore or tired doesn't accelerate growth, it delays it. And skipping workouts for too long after recovering means you're missing prime opportunities to grow. Balance is the key. Listen to your body, track your progress, and adjust based on what it tells you. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, leave a comment with your questions, and subscribe to the channel for more science-based training advice. And if you're serious about getting results, take what you learned today and apply it to your next session. Train smart and grow stronger. Let's get back to the video. So let's start with the elephant in the room. How long does it really take to recover from a workout? The simple answer is, it depends. It depends on factors like your fitness level, age, nutrition, sleep, and the intensity and volume of your workout. Generally, most people can handle a moderate intensity workout every other day. That means if you do a moderate intensity workout today, you can likely do another moderate intensity workout tomorrow. But if you do a high intensity workout today, it's best to wait at least 48 hours before doing another high intensity workout. To figure out where you are on the recovery spectrum, try this. Rate your perceived exertion on a scale of 1 to 10. We'll call this your fatigue level. Then rate your actual soreness on a scale of 1 to 10. The sum of these two numbers should roughly tell you how many days you need to recover. So for example, if you feel fairly fatigued after a workout but not really sore, you might only need 1 day to recover before doing another moderate intensity workout. On the other hand, if you feel very sore but not that fatigued, you might need 2 to 3 days to recover. And if you feel both very fatigued and very sore, you'll probably need 4 to 5 days to recover. You'll also need to consider the specific muscle groups you trained. For example, if you did a heavy chest and triceps workout yesterday, it's okay to do a light arms workout today as long as you do and hit the same muscle groups. But if you want to play it safe, you can skip the gym altogether today and do some light cardio instead. And when you do eventually go back to the weight room, Start with the exercises that target your larger muscle groups like legs and back before moving on to smaller muscle groups like biceps and triceps. But here's the thing, you shouldn't use fatigue or soreness as an excuse to skip the gym. Most people can tolerate more training volume than they think they can. Research shows that training to failure actually promotes greater strength and muscle growth than training below failure. So don't be afraid to push yourself. But do make sure to listen to your body and take rest days when you really need them. A good rule of thumb is, if you can still perform each exercise for at least 8 reps with good form, you should be fine to do that exercise again 2 days later. But if you can only squeeze out 4 or 5 reps with good form, it's best to wait at least 3 to 4 days before doing that exercise again. So there you have it, a breakdown of how long you should wait to work out again. Remember, building muscle isn't just about intensity, it's about timing, recovery, and consistency. You need to train hard, yes, but you also need to recover fully, eat right, and sleep well. When all of these elements line up, your progress becomes steady and sustainable. Don't fall into the trap of thinking more is always better. Training while you're still sore or tired doesn't accelerate growth, it delays it. And skipping workouts for too long after recovering means you're missing prime opportunities to grow. Balance is the key. Listen to your body, track your progress, and adjust based on what it tells you. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like the video, leave a comment with your questions, and subscribe to the channel for more science-based training advice. And if you're serious about getting results, take what you learned today and apply it to your next session. Train smart and grow stronger.